welcome to Flory Models Daily Vlog. Here we are Monday the 12th of October 2015, and today up is the final part of the RB6 you can see down here. As I said, with this particular one, if you watch the full build, you get the full in-depth one of it. Definitely a build of sort of two halves, if you like. The kit-wise going together, extremely straightforward, no problem at all. But getting the decals all to sit right, getting the paint schemes to match in with the decals and all things like that, and a few hiccups we've had. Yes, to be honest, I wish I put the seat in when it told me in the instructions, and I wish I'd taken a little bit more care actually doing the actual tailback here on the rear wing, seating that correctly to get all that in, because unfortunately if you don't spend a little bit of time just putting it all right and getting it in all the right places, then it is a complete nightmare, as I've now found out. Watch the video, you'll see all about it, see how I fixed the problem, cutting a bit away and reseating it and everything else like that. But generally, no problems with it now. We've sort of, almost, fixed all the little errors this one had, just coming adrift slightly, and everything else like that. The problems we had around the top where we had actually cracked the paintwork and everything else have settled down now. And this is one of the things. Using a two-pack paint and lacquer, the drawback to that one is obviously you need an activator. Obviously being two parts, that's what sets it off. Otherwise, technically, you could have it out in the open forever and it's always going to be soft and tacky. This is because we'd use a very small amount. It's not like you've got a thick layer, so it is going to dry quicker because obviously doing it on a modelling, it's a micro scale, things like that. So it's not really a problem. It's just that if you hold it, you get fingerprints, okay, and things like that into the lacquer a week later. The better thing to it, or sort of, one of the things that works with you from a scale point of view, it enables things to bed in and go down better. So for instance, I did this one and we completed percent roughly 2 weeks ago. I'm looking at it now and the decals are now part of the gloss work. It's not like they're sort of, you can see them still in there and everything else. And looking across them now, looking down the decals, they've all sunk and now part of the paintwork. It's not like they're an afterthought stuck on top. And generally, some of the little areas we had, so the cracking work on the top here and everything else like that has gone. We had fingerprints, to be honest, on the top of these sort of shoulders from the head restraint area. They've gone. And it's something we found when we was working on the bike as well. You put a fingerprint in it, but because this stuff continues to go off, self-level, bed down and dry out and everything else, all those blemishes tend to go with it. So it's one of those models, when you first finish it, you think, not very happy with that paint effect, got fingerprints here, got this, that, there, and all the rest of it. Give it a little bit of time, self-levels, and then it all comes back to you in the end. Been a great build, really, really enjoyed it. It's the first time we've ever done a Formula 1 car. As I say, it was one of those ones where we were working with the bike, gloss work, was it a fluke? Done it again, no orange peel, no nothing. It's a mirror finish, no problem at all. So I think I have got rid of my nemesis now for this one. As I said, you can catch up with this one. I think it's around about 35 minute, 40 minute, the last part of this one, and it's up on the site now for members to view it. So that means we can actually now get going on this one properly, because to be honest, we haven't started yet. This is the next build up. It's going to be obviously following on to this one, and we are going to be doing the Helix. This is the Russian KA27. It's the 148 skit, obviously by Hobby Boss. Something completely weird, wacky. It's got the coaxial rotor system on it, so no tail rotor or anything else like that. And it's just going to be really odd. From our point of view, we're going to be going completely the other way to doing all the gloss work, and we're going to be weathering this thing to hell. Mainly, it's all going to be about paintwork, as in fading it out. It's not going to be so much using the heavy-duty washes and stuff, but this is Russian. We're going to be going Ukrainian, which makes them sometimes even worse from a weathering point of view, because they do tend to get quite a hard life. So we're going to be working about this sort of blue-grey colour scheme, fading it down, putting in, some of that type of, see it on US Navy aircraft a lot, where it's had touch-ins, corrosion control, stuff like that. So that's our plan for this particular build. Shouldn't take too much. Going to be quite complicated with some of the areas, getting glazing right, things like that. So we'll be covering that in detail, but it should be a lot of fun to do. So really, that is about it. Nice and short and sweet today. Thank you for all the comments about kit reviews. I know a lot of you are offering me kits to review as well. Trust me guys, I have got a pile of kits, and it's just one of those things. It's all very well saying, yes, we'll do them. I don't know when I'll be able to get around to actually doing them. I've got about a month's backlog of reviews and things to get through and everything else, but thank you for the kind offers. Some of these kits are absolutely fantastic. I would love to do them, but I really need to get rid of this first and give myself some room, because it's like you start getting kits, I've got boxes and that, and now they're coming out my ears and everything else. Telford is only just over 3 weeks away as well. So obviously that's international scale models, Flory models. We're there as usual in our usual place with our usual stand, and it will have your work on it as well. So please come and see us there. So that means it's the nightmare time for us to start to get everything ready for the show. It's a massive undertaking. You guys who know what we do here know how much it takes to do this one. So what we're going to be doing is probably every Monday I'll be working on doing those things, getting them ready and everything else like that. But it shouldn't slow down the builds. To be honest, the F104, same as Friday, it's just sat here. It's ready to be masked up and then ready to get going with the metal coat. Going to be working on that one tomorrow. So we'll be getting that one into some paint, working with the AK Metallizer paints, seeing how good they are, and then obviously weathering it as well. Got a couple of different ideas for weathering that I'm assured work perfectly well with this stuff. So we're going to be trying it on with that one. So that's about it for today, and we'll all catch you tomorrow.